Just realized, sorry guys, I just realized I had my mic muted on purpose and I forgot to unmute it. Hi everyone, this is Karen Whooley and welcome to this week's live chat with Team Whooleygan. I'm really excited you all are here. Before I go to the chat room, I just want to go through the usual. If you want to learn more about me, you can visit KarenWhooley.com. That's the link right there in the bottom. And while you're there, make sure you subscribe to my newsletter. I'm going to bring up the link now for that newsletter right here. If you're not a subscriber, you might want to subscribe because you'll get a free pattern right away. And then every year on January 1st, I have a brand new pattern for the subscribers that year. And it's a brand new pattern. It's not one that has been in my rotation. It is always a brand new pattern that only subscribers get for a year. So make sure to subscribe. You also get 25% off any new pattern releases. You get discounts on books usually. And you're the first to know about most things. So make sure you subscribe to that newsletter. If you're watching now or later, make sure you follow me on YouTube. If you're already on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you have, also hit the like button. That helps me be seen on YouTube and get more followers and get more people here at Team Whooleygan. So do that. And then if you're watching on Facebook or you're not watching on Facebook, this is my Facebook page. Make sure you like my page as well because I'm going to be streaming simultaneously on YouTube and on Facebook. So make sure you hit the like button here as well. And also, just so that you guys know, if you are watching this afterwards, you can still hit the likes and the subscribes because you will be notified the next time I go live. So, and then on YouTube, you'll also be notified whenever I upload something. So make sure you do that. If you are on Instagram, you might want to follow me at Karen Whooley. Make sure there's no spaces in between my name. But that is my handle there on Instagram. And then also, if you're not a YouTube user or a Facebook person, I also upload everything up to Rumble. This is my Rumble channel. If you would like to subscribe to that, the subscribe button's up here. And Rumble, I cannot live stream to Rumble yet. So if you would like to subscribe, you'll know when I upload the lives to Rumble. And if you have never joined Rumble, would like to join Rumble, this is my affiliate link that's scrolling here at the bottom. So you can use that affiliate link. It's free for you to join Rumble. I just get a little kickback from Rumble when they get new subscribers. So I'm going to go ahead and shut that off. And I'm going to go over to the chat room now because you guys have been really chatty this morning. I just seeing you here. Let's see. Linda and Brad are here. Good morning. I'm glad you're here. And Dawn is here. Good morning, Dawn. And let's see. Linda says, not only are we here, we're already smashed that like button. Good. Thank you for that. I appreciate anybody who does that. Ida's here. Good morning, Ida. And I am going to be emailing you later after this live. So just so you know, just so I don't forget to say that. Let's see. And good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's doing great. Okay. And here's Pat. Pat's here. Good morning. Oh, good. Let us know next week how it goes. I hope everything's doing well. I hope you can start walking too. 6 weeks is a long time to be off. I know because I was off my foot 8 weeks when I had my ankle surgery. So I know how hard it is. Hopefully you can walk. And Linda says she's wishing you to be running on that leg pretty soon. And everybody's saying hi to each other. You guys are awesome. You know, that's what I love about Team Whooleygan is that you guys are getting to know each other. And that's part of what I think crochet is we need to get to know each other and share. And that's really what I'm encouraging here. So I'm so glad my usual group is here. Let's see, Pat and Ida. Let's see if anybody else is here. Anna Louisa is here. Good morning, Anna Louisa. Good to see you. Okay. So good morning, everybody. And I apologize for being on mute. I don't know if you guys saw that. I was trying something out this morning, having like a special screen that just allows me to get the system live and then And then when I'm ready to go live, I can, just click off that screen. So, because sometimes I'm running a little late and I just need something there to just to let you know that I am coming on. So you might see that from time to time when I forget about something that I need to grab or something like that. So just so you know, I just thought it was kind of cute with the yarn and, welcoming you guys. So let me show you some new things that are in that I've finished this week and that are new in the shop and not new in the shop, but new in the studio. Sorry. Actually, I do have something that's new in the shop, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. First of all, I finished. Oh, Sherry, yay, I'm glad you're here and you're on Facebook, so that's awesome. Because not very many people go live on Facebook, so I'm glad you're here, Sherry. That's awesome. Thanks, Ida. Thanks, Ida, for the welcome picture. I just thought that, sometimes I need to do something that, so that to let you guys know I'm just running a little late. So, okay. So first thing, I finished another baby hat. I literally finished this in 2 hours. The other day I was feeling kind of blah, after dinner, and I didn't have the brain to work on a new design. So I started this pattern, or this baby hat. It's another Seahawks colored baby hat using Cascade Fixation. I'm going to put that link up here really quick for you. There we go. The Cascade Fixation. But this is actually, I don't know if you can see down here, there's a different color. I had a very, very small amount of this first color with the darker blue and just gray and black, a little bit of black in there. So I thought that would kind of make a cool little brim, and then finished it up with the Seahawks colors. Literally 2 hours. I mean, I made it to right before where I start decreasing for the crown in about an hour and a half. And then it was like a half an hour just to decrease the crown and sew up the top and weave in the ends. So another baby hat is done. These are my go-to. I mean, I've been showing these a lot lately. And with all the crazy in my life right now, and we'll talk about that later too. This is something that I can feel like I'm being productive as I throw it. I feel like I can be productive, but I am actually, and I'm doing something for charity, and I can keep my brain from having to work really hard with math or design work or something like that. So baby hat's done. And then I also wanted to show you, this is the sweater that I've been working on with the fiber seed yarn, the succulent. I'm going to switch links here. This is the succulent. I got everything blocked, and I've got the shoulder seam sewn. I still have to put, let me grab one of these. I forgot to bring them over to my desk. This is one of the sleeves. It's going to have solid sleeves. I think I mentioned that last week. And what I usually do when I'm sewing sweaters that are in pieces like this, I always sew the shoulder seams first. And then I'm going to turn this sideways just so you guys can see the side here. See, the side seams haven't been sewn yet, because what I'll do first is I'll center this on that shoulder seam. And then I will sew just the top part. Maybe it'll be easier to show you this direction. I'll sew just the top part of the sleeve so that it's flat against this piece. And then once the sleeve is sewn on at the top, then I'll sew the side and the under the arm seam all in one seam. And when I do that, I find that the sleeves fit better because this is a drop sleeve, so it's not a fitted sleeve. With fitted sleeves, sometimes you want to sew the side seam up to the armhole and then fit the sleeve in. But in this case, because it's a drop sleeve and it's just a flat across the top, it's so much easier to just sew that on, make sure that both sides are even, and then sew up the bottom seam. And I wanted to show you guys these. I don't know if you guys have seen these before. And I don't have a link for these because they're getting harder and harder to find. These are sweater clips. And what I like about them is they have this post in here, which allows me, when I find the center of the sleeve, I'm just going to kind of guesstimate right now, But when I find the center of the sleeve, I use that post and I put it in the center of the sleeve. And then when I go to put it on here, I use that post to put it right in the middle of the seam at the shoulder. So I know that at least it's centered there. And then I can do whatever the measurements are. I think this is 8 or 9 inches that I need to go down on either side. I think it's 8. And I just make sure that I'm measuring both sides evenly. And then I use these clips because I drop everything. And then I use the clips all the way around the sleeve to hold it in place while I'm doing my seaming. And I do the mattress stitch. I don't know if you guys can see from this distance, but there's the mattress stitch in here to do the shoulder. And I'll use the mattress stitch all the way around the sleeve and up the side and everything. So these are from Clover. It's hit and miss finding them on their website. I usually buy them either at Joann's. Sometimes yarn shops carry them, or I've seen them on Amazon, and I have bought packs of them on Amazon. So those are clips that I highly recommend if you're making garments or anything, even squares to sew together, and you need to hold them in place so they don't shift. I have a whole little, this is an old Namaste bag, but I have a whole bunch of them in here, and this always goes with me when I'm seaming. I usually seam at the kitchen table because I can spread everything out really well. But that's how I seam. I see there's some comments out there, so I'm gonna head back over. Oh, Jean, hello. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for the baby hat comment. I really like making those. They're just so easy. And Karen's here. Hi, Karen. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here as well. And then Ina said, I can see how those sweater clips would be. They are so useful. I mean, not just for garments. I use them mostly for garments because those are the things that I really need to hold in place. But I have done blankets, in square blankets or even strip blankets that I need to make sure things stay straight. Especially, they're especially useful like here around the armhole because I'm seaming the tops of stitches. I don't know if you guys can see that there. The tops of stitches to the sides of stitches. And so if I can carefully place those in strategic spots, they'll hold everything in place so that when I'm doing my mattress stitching, it keeps things from shifting and I don't get any puckers and things like that because I'm seaming two different things together, the tops of stitches and the sides of stitches. So it's kind of like this. So there you go. Hi, Dawn. Okay, let's see. I have smaller ones too. I forgot that they do carry some smaller yellow clips. I think they are yellow, right? That's the only color. The other color they have is the red and the yellow, I think. It's been a while since I've been shopping for them. So, oh, and Anna Louise, I'm sorry you had to leave, but I'm glad you were able to be here for a little bit. Did you say the sweater clips are available on Amazon? Yes, I have bought packages of the sweater clips on Amazon. They're Clover. I don't know that they're always there because I know at one point I was looking for them and Amazon was sold out. I don't know if they're back. But I was able to find them. I can't remember if it was Joann's or if it was at one of my local yarn shops. I haven't bought them since I moved here, so I haven't needed to buy any. But every once in a while, because they are plastic, they do snap a little. So sometimes the post, if I let the spring go too quick, it'll break the post, or I've snapped off these guys. I've been using these for years and years and years. So every once in a while I have to replace them. So, but I do like them. But they are, and last time I bought them, I believe I did buy them on Amazon. I know I did it once, at one point, buy them on Amazon. So that's my sweater. Hopefully by next week I'll have it done. So this afternoon, my goal is to get all the seaming done, and then tomorrow is doing all the finishing work. I do have buttons for it somewhere. I thought I had them here. Oh, here. I do have buttons. I'm thinking about going and looking for more different buttons. These are kind of pale. I'm not 100% sure I like these on here, but it was all I could find the day I was going shopping that was the right size and would look good, but I might go back and look for some more just to see if I can find them. So there's my sweater. I'm going to turn her back around so that you guys aren't looking at the side view here. And I got to put all, bands on it and the buttonholes and all that stuff. Okay, that was actually my next thing, Sherry. I was going to talk about my scarf. It's actually a shawl. And it is my Tanglement shawl. I'm going to take it off here so you guys can see it. This is probably my most favorite pattern I have ever designed that is not in a book. This is Tanglement. It's literally a 2 or 4 row repeat. I can't remember. I think it's a 2 row repeat on this one. I used gradient yarn on this. The dyer who did this yarn is no longer in business. It's Black Trillium Fibers. She used to have the best gradient kits for years. And it was one of her gradient kits. I actually have another one in green, but I really wanted pink for spring today. It just felt really springy. But I wanted to tell you guys, okay, I put Tanglement is on my website. You can purchase Tanglement and just for my YouTube people. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you guys are the only ones who will get this. But I do have a 15% off coupon if you want this pattern. And all you have to do is put in the code TANGLE. And I'm going to type that in the comments here. I didn't want to put it on the screen. I want to make sure people are watching. Tangle is the code if you want 15% off. So you can use that link, or you can just search for Tanglement, or you can just go to my shawl, patterns, shawls, and get it. But I thought, I never do anything special like that just for my YouTube people. So today you guys get a special code. And this is good it will be good through next Tuesday. So for those of you who are watching after the fact, this is for my YouTube, my Facebook, and my Rumble people who watch the whole video. You'll know, because I won't put this in the show notes. So if you watch the video, you get the code. If you don't watch the video, you don't get the code. So I just want to let you know that just for you guys, I'm doing a special code for this pattern. But it's a fun pattern. Literally, it's a 2 row repeat plus an edging. And it's just a triangle. You start at the top, work at the bottom. The edging has double crochets and picots. It's really kind of fun. I don't know if you guys can see that at the point there. But it's really fast. And it looks great in solids or variegated, or it doesn't have to be a gradient. I just happen to use a gradient. But it's a great pattern, and it's probably when I released it. When did I release it? Probably 5 or 6 years ago. I released this pattern. It's still one of my best-selling patterns, especially on like Lovecrafts and those sites. It used to sell really well on Ravelry when I did have a Ravelry store as well. So, but this is Tanglement. Okay, so I made a list this week so that I could remember all the things I wanted to talk to you guys about. So I talked about the sweater and the hat and Tanglement. Okay. So, hi Laura, I'm going to put you up here too. I'm glad you're here. So awesome, guys. I'm glad you guys are all here back on YouTube. Oh, okay. So Karen, did you have to leave for a second, or? I'm assuming. Anyway, so that's pretty much what's been going on around here. You guys mentioned the shawl, so I did that a little early in my podcast, but that's okay. It's what I wanted to do. And then I wanted to tell you about, I got some new yarn in the studio. I don't know why I keep saying shop today. So back when I was first designing, I should probably preface this with, when I was first becoming a designer back in the late 90s, I started really designing patterns probably around 1996 when my son was born, but I never really did anything with him until 98 when my daughter was born. And what I used to do back then is I had a blog, in the early days of the blogs, and I would post blog posts about different patterns that I'd been working on, and then I would sell them with a PayPal, just a button from PayPal. And back in those days, nobody was doing PDF patterns. They were all printed patterns with photos, glued on. I don't know if you've ever seen those, that kind of thing. So a lot of those patterns, I had originally in '98 submitted them to magazines, and they didn't take them. So then I would sell them. So that's how a lot of my old patterns that I have that are no longer available were sold and used on my website and things like that. But now I've gone back through some of those really old patterns. And one of the biggest things in the last survey that I did with you guys, well, not with you guys, but with my newsletter, was that people wanted blanket patterns. I don't know why. I don't know why. I think there's a lot of blanket patterns out there right now, but I have several that I've taken off. And that's one of the reasons why I re-released Simply Baby Afghans and Simply Baby Blankets. It used to be Baby Afghans and Simply Blankets. And it was because everybody wanted blankets. And then I started going through some of my old patterns because I've been wanting to do more kind of not completely freebie patterns, but some freebie patterns, some just kind of like video tutorial patterns, that kind of thing. And I found one that I had completely forgotten about. It was called Shades of Pink and Blue. And I actually did two versions. One is a girl's version, and one's a boy's version, that get pink and blue, and they have different edgings. And, one is more just clean edge. It's got a pretty edging on it, but it's just a clean edge. And the other one's got more frilly for those moms who want their girls to be really frilly, that kind of edging. So I ordered from Michael's and picked up because I knew that if I went into Michael's, I would be there for hours. So I just did curbside service. So I didn't even go in. So I ordered the yarn for the boys version, which is the more clean line. They didn't have the pinks I needed for the girls. But this is obviously Red Heart Super Saver. And I don't know if they're still on sale this week, but last week they had a really good sale on it. It was buy one, get one half off. So I got enough. This is only part of the order. I got, let's see. I got 7 skeins for under $22 with tax and everything. So that was really a really good deal. So I ordered it, and I'm hoping that I will be able to start doing video on these. I'm not going to show you what the original pattern was like because I want to do blog posts as a freebie kind of pattern. And then if you want a full blown pattern, I'll have the pattern available for sale with the charts and everything in it. But there'll be a video, every step along the way, learning how to do it. So I'm hoping in June I will be able to start those. I have to finish this sweater. I have 2 super secret projects now that I got to get done before the end of May or beginning of June. So I have to put this off, but I wanted to get the yarn because it was on sale. It was a really good price. So I just wanted to let you guys know that's coming. I don't use box store yarns that much anymore. I used to use them all the time when I was first designing. Because first of all, the magazines were only using like Red Heart and Lion Brand and the Premier yarns and the Yarnspiration yarns, the Bernat and Lily Sugar and Cream, all those. That's what I primarily designed with until probably about 2010, when I really started working with more companies like Universal Yarns. I've used Doro, and now mostly hand dyed. You guys can see back there is mostly hand dyed. I do have a few skeins of now I can't think, Knit Picks and We Crochet yarns back there. But mostly it's hand dyed. I mean, because I just love hand dyed. That doesn't mean that I don't think there's anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with Red Heart and Lion Brand and all those. They all are, they've gotten better since I learned to crochet. I should even say that. I mean, they're softer and easier to use and easier to maintain. But I personally love the hand dyes, and I like supporting small businesses because I'm a small business. But I don't mind doing things with Red Heart because, like, Red Heart, honestly, for baby blankets, that's what I use when my nieces and nephews are having babies, because they don't know how to take care of the wools and the cottons and the stuff like that. I want something that they can just throw into the washer and dryer and be fine with it. And they all appreciate that because they don't want to take the time to deal with all the stuff that I usually work with. So that's why I use the Red Hearts and the Lion Brands and stuff when I'm making children's clothing. In fact, you'll see on my website, I have patterns for children's clothing, and they're all done in like Lion Brand sock yarn or Universal. I use Bamboo Pop, I think it's one of them. And I used a Premier yarn, I think, in the Mr. Cunningham. I can't remember what that yarn was. I know it was a box store yarn. I think it was Premier. But anyway, I just want to tell you guys about that. And let me see. Oh, Linda just ordered a tangleman. Thank you. I'm glad you love it. Let's see. Oh, and Marianne's here. Good morning, Marianne. I'm glad you're here. And then Laura said, I love supporting small business and prefer that, but I try to keep the purpose of the gift in mind. A new mama is not going to hand wash. Exactly. It's just, and in fact, my favorite, I'll be honest with you, my favorite yarn for baby blankets for my nieces and nephews is Red Heart. Oh, let me see if I've got it. Oh, it's back here. I did have a little bit of a skein one. It's Red Heart Bunches of Hugs. I don't know if they're still making this or not because it's hard to find now. But it's Red Heart Bunches of Hugs, and it's kind of a very long striping yarn. And like this one, I chose this one for my latest great nephew because his parents are Oregon Ducks, and it had the blue, the yellow and the green of Oregon in there. So I wanted something, and it still got blue in there too. But Ryder's blanket was made out of this, and it turned out beautifully because it's the stitch pattern that I used just striped almost naturally the way it should. It was almost every 2 rows it changed color, and it was beautiful. So if you see this yarn and you need to make a baby Afghan, that's what I would recommend. So absolutely. And Lion Brand is a family business. And even though they're not a small business anymore, they are a family business. And that's another reason why I like to use their yarns for certain things too. And I used to be on the board of directors for the Crochet Guild of America. And with me was one of the owners, there's brothers in the family that run the business, and one of them was on the board with me, and I got to know him really, really well. And so, I like to support them. I've done a lot of patterns. I have like 2 or 3 sock patterns on their website that used to be free patterns. I don't know if they're still free, but that I have designed for them as well. So there you go. So that's coming. I'm hoping to do more videos like that where I'm not going to necessarily do the entire baby blanket online, but I'm going to do the pieces of it, have a video on the first section. And then when something changes, do the next section, that kind of thing, so that you can learn with me, but not have me handhold you through the entire thing. Because I know a lot of people don't like that. And I don't like that. I don't think I should be crocheting an entire baby blanket on a video. I mean, if I show you how to do the first part, that makes more sense. Does that make sense to you guys too? I mean, I'll probably do that with some shawls. I have a pattern that I can't tell you about right now, but I'm going to be doing a video on just a portion of it that is something that I kind of developed myself. I'm sure other people do it too, but I kind of developed it, and I developed it my way, I guess I should say. So most of my patterns nowadays are going to have at least a little video clip if there's something that's not usual. Does that make sense? So anybody, and also you guys, if I have a pattern out there that you are making and you think a video would be helpful on a certain part of it, tell me. I really want to be able to have some video support for some of my older patterns too, if there's something. So, go to my website and send me a note on my contact form and let me know about that, because that's really kind of cool to do too. Okay. Anybody have any questions for me? I just did a lot of talking, so I'm going to take a sip of coffee. And if you guys have questions or want to comment on anything, go for it. It's really dry here, guys. It's supposed to be 82 today. And last night, my husband left one of the windows in the house open, and it was inside the house, it was 60 degrees, which is colder than we usually keep it. So I'm kind of bundled up in long sleeves, and that's another reason why I put Tanglement on, because I was like freezing. So it's nice to have videos for stitches that are unique. Yes. And in fact, one of the things I did do is last Friday, I don't know if any of you guys noticed it, if you guys have subscribed to my blog, all my different blogs. But I did have a free pattern come out last Friday. I've had it launched before, but with my new website, I decided just to relaunch it. And it's actually the pattern that I use for my nieces and nephews' baby blankets. In fact, the blanket I was telling you that I made for my most recent great nephew is made with that pattern. It's called Simply Stripes Throw. And if you go to my website, I'm going to bring you to my website here in a minute. But if you go to my website, and then under resources, it's under resources. I think it says free patterns, or there might be a free tag. Now I have to look, because now I have a freebies tab. I do have a freebies tab. Okay. And under the freebies tab, it says free pattern Fridays right now. And that's because I've been doing like free patterns on Fridays. That pattern will be the first one there. So you can go and grab that. And Jean's asking me what state I'm in. Is that what are you asking me, Jean? I'm in Washington. I'm in South Central Washington in the Tri-Cities area. But anyway, if you go to there, it's not going to be every Friday. Right now I have two that are, one is already released, and I have another one that'll be coming, I think, in July, because I was originally going to do it as a fifth Friday free pattern, but I'm thinking I have so many old patterns that I could redo, whether they're baby blankets or I have some garments out there, things like that, that I know that I don't want to put huge effort into redoing the entire design. But I can do video on them. So I'll be doing more than just Fifth Fridays for right now, but there will be some free patterns coming out, and they'll all be working with video. So just a little bit on that as well. So, okay. So now I'm going to take you over to my website, because I have some things I want to talk about. So I'm going to bring up my website here on the screen. And this is a tab called Calendar. You can see it says Calendar at the top here. And one of the things I did first on this page is I added my classes on Craftsy here, so that because Craftsy's back, I think I've talked about it before. So you can get one of my two classes. You can either buy them or you can subscribe to Craftsy. And if you use the links, if you click on whatever photo here you want to click on, this is Mix and Match crochet bag techniques, the blue bag there on the left. And then on the right, I have the Fair Isle crochet class. If you click on those, it'll bring you directly to that class. But if you use those links, I'm also an affiliate as a teacher. I am an affiliate. So if you use my links to either purchase the class outright or to use a subscription to the entire site, I do get paid extra for those because pretty much my royalties for those have run out. As far as, well, no, I take that back. They are paying me for what people watching the classes, but it gives me a little bit extra to keep my business running. So those will always be at the top of my calendar page. But then I've added where I will be next, and we'll talk about May here in just a second. But it's usually going to be places that I'll be in. My very first live show, I'm so excited, is going to be in October at Fiber Fusion Northwest. I think I've talked to you guys about that already. I have a couple others that I'm hoping that will go in the first part of 2022. We'll see if they go, but that'll be my very first live show in more than 2 years. So, but May, I wanted to show you this. In May, I actually have some Zoom classes. I'm only going to do 2 this month because I think I told you that on the 26th, I have my tests to see if my cancer treatments have worked. So until I know where I stand with that and what my schedule is going to be like, I'm just doing, a couple classes. The first one's called Laying the Groundwork 101. I can't talk this morning, guys. Foundation stitches. So if you have never done foundation stitches where you're making the chain and the stitch at the same time, I use that a lot in a lot of my patterns, and I usually have the instructions, but this will actually be working with me. It's an 1.5-hour class. We'll learn the single, the half double, the double, and the triple, so that, and it'll give you practice. So if you're interested in that, it's Thursday, May 20th, 4 to 5:30 p.m. Pacific or 7 to 8:30 Eastern. If you're in a different time zone, you might want to check and see what those time zones are. But that's the 101 class. So if you've already taken or you already know how to do those stitches pretty well, I have a second class called Laying the Groundwork 102, Fun Foundations. And that's the following Thursday from 4 to 5:30 Pacific or 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern. And in that class, we're going to take what we know about foundation stitches and do new foundations. So these are foundations like, you'll have filet crochet, let's say, and you always do filet crochet with a double crochet, chain 2, skip 2, double crochet, chain 2, skip 2. How to do that in a foundation chain instead of chaining and then doing your double crochets, because a lot of times your chain itself is too tight or too loose in some cases. So this will help you keep everything nice and even. We'll also learn how to do V-stitches. It'll teach you how to do kind of a granny type of foundation. But once you've learned all these foundations, these new foundations, you'll be able to look at a pattern that tells you to chain so many and then do stitches across and figure out on your own how to make that into a foundation. A foundation type of stitch. And you can do it with most, not all, but most patterns you're able to do that. And I just don't do that in my patterns because there's not enough people that know the basics of foundations or even the simpler foundation stitches. So I don't write my patterns that way, but I would like to teach you to be able to do that. So those are 2 new classes that are coming up. They are available on my website. If you go up at the top here to classes, you can purchase the class that you want to. They're $35 each. Both of them are an 1.5 hours long. So if you're interested in those, I just wanted to make you guys aware of that. So I'm going to put me back on the screen here. So if you're interested in any of those, I think foundation stitches really should be taught to new crocheters. So there's a part of me that wants to also do basic videos on all of the basic foundations, the single, the double, the triple, half, just so that people can just figure them out. So I love foundation stitches. I love them. I have been using them for years and years and years and years. So, so that's why I really think, in all my years of teaching beginners to crochet, I'm going to put me back on the screen here. In all the years that I've been teaching beginners to crochet, I find that those beginners that I teach them the foundation stitches first, rather than chain and working into the chain, tend to be, I can't say this across the board, but most of them tend to be easier. They understand easier the rest of crochet because they're not fighting with that chain, because they think, oh my God, it's so hard to get that first row, you know? And so that's why I think I'm going to start doing little mini videos like that as well. But I thought I'd teach a class on those fun foundations, because I mean, sometimes it's easier to answer questions on those when you're in a classroom setting, even though it's going to be virtual, obviously, at this point. But so if you're interested in those classes, they are up and ready to go. I am not limiting. I mean, I need a minimum of 4 people in each class. But I'm not limiting how many people can be in the class. So, so I mean, if there's 80 people that want to take those classes, I'll be teaching 80 people. I really hope that's not going to happen, because that's a lot of people. But I'm not limiting. So if you're interested, make sure you sign up. So that's it with classes for right now. I'm hoping after May 26th, I will have a better feel for what my schedule is going to be like. So, yeah, I don't know how else to say it, you guys. I'm really a little, I think I told you at the beginning that I would talk about what's going on in my life right now. I'm waiting on, to find out how the cancer treatments have gone. My daughter, who's been living with us since she graduated last May from Washington State University, she's been living with us. She just got a job up in Spokane. So we are moving her at the end of the month. Linda, go to class. I'm going to put this up here really fast. Linda, go to classes, and you should see 2 classes there. You should see foundation stitches, and you should see fun foundations. They should both be there. If not, catch me at the end, right after the live, and I will send you a link. Just give me an email, shoot me an email if you still can't see it, and I'll take a look at it. Anyway, so my daughter just got a job in Spokane, and we're moving her up there at the end of the month. So my husband and I are truly empty nesters now. She's getting married in September. So, I mean, this is the final leave, she's actually leaving, and will be completely empty nester. So that's kind of a bittersweet thing. You want your kids to fly, but you're a mom, and I'm a mom, and I want to keep them close too. So, the only things that are really going to be staying with us, Laura, I just saw that. It should be May. Okay, hang on, guys. I've got comments here that I need to respond. Aunt Ida is a Friday, May 21st. Did I say May 21st for something? Because May 21st is when my daughter is moving. May 20th is when the first class is. May 27th is the second class. Did I say May 21st? I may have said May 21st. It's the next week. So, and then Laura said her stuff will still be with you, right? The only thing that probably remain here is her piano until she has a home where she can have her piano. It's actually my mom's piano that my mom learned. My grandfather bought it and refinished it, and my mom used it all her life. And then when my daughter started taking piano lessons, she gave her piano to my daughter. And so I've had that since, gosh, I've probably had that piano 10, 15 years now. So it's sitting in a room where, it's collecting dust right now. But it's, it's out and where I can take care of the piano. But eventually, but everything else pretty much is going with her. I think she's leaving one bookcase and her dresser and her bed frame, I think, is that because she's got others that she has that she's in college and stuff. So that's going to her apartment. But so all I really need to do is get like sheets and a comforter, and I have like a second guest room set up. So that's happening, and she's getting married. So you know, it's been a rough week. This last week has just been like, holy, you know, it's just been hard because that job just came up, and yes, on Monday she and I went up to Spokane and found her apartment, and she's moving the 21st. So okay, let me go back and look at that. Does it say on the calendar? Does it say that, or on the? Okay, so on the calendar it says May 27th. And I did say May 21st. Okay, I will fix that after the live is over. Okay, I'll fix that. Thank you for finding that. So it's the 27th, guys. It is a typo. Again, my mind is a little nuts right now. So I just thought I'd let you guys know. That's why I was hoping to do a whole lot more video, but it's been really, really difficult. So, and I'm trying to be honest with you guys that, you know, I say I'm going to do things and it doesn't happen, and there's a lot going on. So I'm working really hard to get these secret projects done so that I can actually be more, I feel like I mean, I don't mind doing the super secret projects, but these two came, well, actually there's 3 of them in a row that came like one on top of the other. And I was really excited to do them all, and I'm very excited to do them all, but I like to space out my super secret projects. So this was kind of a stressful thing too on top of it all. So hopefully, like I said, in June, things will start moving a little better once I know what my schedule is going to be like. My daughter's moved to where she needs to be, and all that, you know, a lot of that stress will be gone. So there you go. There you have it. Anybody have any questions for me? I've still got about like 13 minutes or so. We can talk about something else. You guys, see you guys have been chatting about the weather a little bit. Patricia said she got the Simply Stitch, the Simply Stripes throw. That, honestly, guys, that pattern, I'm going to pull it up here. I'm going to share that screen again. Hang on a second. I'm going to pull that up for you guys so you can see it. So under freebies here is Free Pattern Fridays, and it's the Simply Striped throw. You can click on this link right here, and it'll bring you to the whole information. And then down here, you can click to get to free pattern. And if you want to leave me a comment, you know, nobody's commenting on my blogs anymore. So if you ever read something on my blog that you would like to comment about, please do, because I love hearing from you guys. The other thing too is I should mention, news is also a blog where you can comment on things. The last thing I posted here was the new Simply Afghans. Also under freebies, these are all the free patterns I have that are published and other websites, not on mine. You know, this is Annie's, and this is Red Heart, and these are both Red Heart. This is with Krennic. Krennic has this on their website, and these two are Red Heart as well. So if you are looking for free patterns, that's where some of my free patterns are that are outside. But then under resources, how to, project hacks, pattern reading, the business of crochet, and live streams are all blogs. So if you haven't subscribed to those blogs, I'm working on getting a subscription form on all of these pages. I'm still learning Shopify a little bit. So this one, the business of crochet, I haven't started yet. So you can subscribe there if you're interested in that blog. The rest of them will be getting more, getting forms on there as well. I'm just going to put here, show you, there's the hacks one, there's the pattern reading one, which is, this is the very last of the pattern reading right now. But I have 4 blog posts there. This last one was just posted yesterday. What else do I have? Oh, and the live streams I already showed you. So yeah, so those are all going to be around. and you'll be able to subscribe to them. I'll probably in a few weeks put it back in my newsletter again. So if you're interested in those as well. So there you go. Anybody, questions before I go? Anything you want to talk about? Anything you'd like to see me talk about in the future? It's one of those days where my brain is, I'm glad I wrote a list because otherwise I wouldn't remember half the stuff. Oh, and it's so dry. My voice feels like it's working. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can tell you about. I think that's it for right now. So, okay, if nobody has anything, oh, here we go. What day is my appointment? My appointment is May 26th, which is a Wednesday at 2 p.m. So I will still be doing a live that morning, and I won't know anything until that afternoon. So the following week, which is June 2nd, I'll have results to tell you guys what's happening. So, but it's, I'm praying for good news too. Thanks, Linda. There's two outcomes that could happen. One is that I beat the cancer and I just have to go on maintenance treatments for a year, which is, it's still the same treatments I had before, but I only do them in 3-week stints. I do 3 weeks of treatments and then I have 3 months completely off. And then I do 3 weeks again and then completely off. The other is they find another tumor in there, and then I'm not sure what happens at that point. I don't know if I go through all of this again or if I need to go see go to a cancer center or what. But I'm praying for the first. I'd rather be doing a maintenance treatments and not have any more tumors. So that's what the goal is. So anyway. Okay, and then Laura said, I'm just so glad for good weather so I can open the house up. Thank you for the prayers too. The good weather is allowing me to open windows and get fresh air in here. And then my husband and I have been in the yard a bit, which is nice. I mean, just being out in the sunshine's been really nice and helpful too. So, and it's nice to, over the weekends, be able to not crochet and not think about business and do something outside and fun with my family. So that's exciting. Okay, guys, I am going to go ahead and close off. I'll come back to the comments in just a minute after I get through all of this. But thank you, everyone who's here watching live, or if you're watching this after the fact, I really, really appreciate you being here. If you want to learn more about me, make sure you go to my website, which is KarenWhooley.com. You see it down here in the bottom. And while you're there, make sure you subscribe to my newsletter. Again, you get 25% off all new pattern releases and usually discounts on my books, and you find out about my classes and all that stuff. If you are not watching on YouTube, this is my YouTube channel. You can subscribe there. The button's here on the bottom. If you're watching after the fact and haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And also please hit the like button as well. That helps me pop up in other feeds and be seen by other people. So I really, really would like to grow our audience here. So if you can help me out that way, that would be great. And if you subscribe on YouTube, you will also be notified anytime I go live. And you will be also notified anytime I upload a standalone video, which I will be doing more after the month of May. Then also, if you're watching on Facebook, thank you for watching on Facebook. This is my Facebook page. If you're not, you can go follow me there as well. I'd like to grow that audience as well. So if you are on Facebook, go ahead and hit like when you get there. And you'll also be notified about new posts, new videos, new lives, that kind of thing. If you're on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. This is my this is the social media I'm the most active on is Instagram. It's Karen Whooley, at Karen Whooley, no spaces. If you put spaces in there, you'll either get my personal account, which is private, or you'll get somebody else who's named Karen Whooley, because there's a couple people out there named Karen Whooley that I didn't know. And then also, if you have never heard of Rumble, oops, why is this being weird? There we go. There's my Rumble. If you are watching on Rumble, or if you have never heard of Rumble, this is my Rumble channel. I cannot live stream on Rumble, but it's another video platform. I always upload these videos as soon as I'm done. So you can go follow me on Rumble. And if you would like to join Rumble, it's free to join, but I do have an affiliate link that when you subscribe, if you use that affiliate link, you will, I get a little bit of a kickback for introducing people to Rumble. So if you haven't joined Rumble, you might want to check it out and use that affiliate link to check it out. That's pretty much our sign off, just to see what everybody's been saying. It's great to see you after our Bewitched project. I thank you, Karen. I appreciate it. I'm going to be doing another crochet along probably in the fall, so be watching for that. Jean, thank you for the prayers. I truly, truly, truly appreciate that. And Ida too. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. I'll be emailing you shortly. And then Marianne, thank you for the prayers. You have a good week too. Everyone have a good week. I'm so excited you are here. I hope to see you next week. And actually next week I have something fun planned. So I'm not going to spoil it quite yet. But I do have something fun planned. And the only reason why I'm not telling you is because it might fall through. Don't think so though. Anyway, I have something special planned. I will talk to you later. Have a great rest of your week, a great weekend. And for those of you who are moms, happy Mother's Day. I don't know about you. My kids are both going to be gone because my daughter's fiance is graduating from college and my son is on the other side of the state and not able to come out. So it's going to be by myself, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. So I hope you guys have a great Mother's Day, those of you who are moms, and I appreciate you for being here. And thanks, Linda. I'm glad it was fun. I'll see you next week. Have a great one. Bye, all.